Hi, I'm Laura Bartow from Studio One Stampers, and I want to welcome you to my latest class called Just Add Words. It's a fun class. And what's so great about a Just Add Words class is that's really all you need to do. You just need to have some greetings that you can stamp in special places, and you have a card that's absolutely gorgeous. Now, for this particular class, I've called this class Just Add Words with Special Moments. This particular stamp set is a true favorite of mine, and it's available during January and February free with a $100 purchase. So you could use these wonderful sentiments or sentiments that you might already own. Well, let's take a little bit of a look at some of these cards. I've got some beautiful cards here, and I have used gorgeous designer series paper. Most of the designer series paper here comes from either the January or June catalog, the celebration brochure, or our annual catalog. So you can see we've got cards for sympathy and love and thinking of you and birthday and all kinds of occasions in between. Now there's only 3 ink colors that I've recommended for this class. They're Real Red, Garden Green, and Basic Black, Memento ink. So I think that you'll have a wonderful time putting together these all occasion cards. One of my goals for the coming year is to make certain that I send more cards and delight more people. Well, let's take a little closer look at some of the beautiful papers, some of the dies and things that I used to create these cards.
Well, here is this beautiful celebration set, Special Moments, and you can see it's got 21 different sayings to add to it. And I've used, of course, 8 different ones on these cards, but you could mix and match and use all kinds of different sentiments for this class. So the first 2 cards I want to show you are the 2 cards used with the Flowering Fields Designer Series paper. I've got one here that's got this gorgeous little tulip on it, and another that has this cute little hexagon shape tucked in the middle of this card. Well, let me show you a couple of the things that were used to make these. First of all, let me get you a closer look at this paper. Oh my goodness, it is so gorgeous. 2-sided, 12 sheets. Just absolutely beautiful with all these different colors, a beautiful color palette for the spring. So we've got that. That's a great place to start with a beautiful card. And then here are the tulip dies. Now these are the dies that I used to make this gorgeous little flower. These actually fold over, and these other little pieces fit inside. And we've got our stems and this cute little piece at the bottom as well to do a beautiful little garden. Now these are, of course, designed to go with the flowering tulip stamp set, and you can see these shapes actually cut out the images there, as well as the stems and pieces there, with another group of wonderful sentiments, including Mother's Day and birthday and thinking of you and just love. It's just a beautiful spring stamp set. So that can also be purchased as a bundle. And then let me tell you a little bit more about the next card. So let me set this aside and pull this card back in, and you can see with beautiful paper that I've used this particular piece of paper to use the top and the bottom, and then I also pulled in this other designer series paper. This is called Simply Marvelous, and it's a paper that's also free during celebration. This one is with a $50 purchase, and can you see this beautiful hexagon shape? That comes from the Beautiful Shapes dies. This is another set of dies that has all kinds of great shapes. And if you can see the texture in there, the texture was added by this splatter embossing folder. This is a 3D embossing folder. It's called Stripes and Splatters. I'm going to be using the stripes on another card today. Well, all this great product, let's go on and see the next cards. Well, here are 2 delightful fun folds. This one opens this way, and then it opens again that way to make a beautiful, delightful opening. And then this one is a Z fold and opens up like this. Isn't that just wonderful? Well, let me tell you a little bit about the things that were used to create these. One, of course, are the Eden dies, and these dies have been introduced early prior to this new January to June catalog, along with the Eden's Garden stamp set. So that's a bundle, and that's where those things came from. And then, of course, you can see this beautiful, artfully composed designer series paper here. Look at all the colors and the patterns, absolutely gorgeous. And then to do this little striped area, I used the stripes and splatters 3D embossing folders. Now these also fit in the mini embossing machine. That's why they're just a little narrower. So look at that. So that's really fun. And of course, I am so in love with my Daffodil afternoon paper. This is just a gorgeous, gorgeous set of paper. And of course, that's part of our celebration offering. It's a free item with a $50 purchase. So you can see it here in the catalog. But look at these colors and look how beautifully this works as a sympathy card. The only other element that I really added into that were little punches from the Bow Punch, a new one that's also in our January to June catalog. Well, let's look at our next cards. Well, here are two more wonderful cards. A happy birthday card that's just a beautiful soft element. That is using the beautiful Heart and Home Designer Series paper. You can see it kind of tucked under here a little bit. You can see all these great patterns. And of course, I've had to use some dies to cut out these great shapes. And those are the Honeybee Bloom dies. They coordinate with the Honeybee Home stamp set. And you can see that the dies also cut out a bunch of these cute little bees and this great foliage, as well as having some of the independent pieces that I've used here. I also used our bow die to add a couple of pieces in here, and some of our Baker Twine Essentials to add just a cute little element of a bow on there. And then this piece has come from the Tasteful Label dies. Now let's take a look at the next card here. This is such an elegant card. This is from the designer series paper called Simply Elegant, so appropriate for that. And one of the things that, one of the new elements for this particular set of beautiful dies is this round one actually adds some detail. I don't know if you can see that, but it adds some actually embossed detail around this circle here. And then I've just gone with the layering circle die to add the element back here. So, simple cards with just absolutely extraordinarily beautiful elements. Well, let's move on to our last two cards for this collection. I just love this set of two cards. They are so fun and dynamic and colorful. And of course, they're featuring the Sweet Talk Designer Series paper that's right here. And just a great, great collection of paper. And I think it's so useful for so many things besides just Valentine's Day. This card also features a little piece of our Simply Marvelous Designer Series paper. And this one is free with a $50 purchase during celebration. Both of these cards are using these dies, and these are the Sweetheart dies. They are actually paired with the Sweet Conversation stamp set, and you can see how lots of the hearts cut out the shapes that are here, as well as lots of independent shapes as well. But more than just cutting out the stamps, they also cut out the pieces from the designer series paper. So you can see that these different shapes cut out all of these fun little pieces from the designer series paper. So this is a great, great set of fun different things. This particular card is a fun fold. You can see how it opens that way, and that uses this cute little envelope piece there with one of the hearts popping out of there. So I hope you have fun making all of these fantastic cards and enjoy this wonderful special moment stamp set that features all the greetings for all these cards.